The LEDs. People have asked me about wiring up the LEDs, so I'll use that as the end here. With these little 603 LEDs that I am addicted to, I pre-tin my wires. The wires have that shellac insulation on them, or varnish or whatever, and what you've got to do is just stick the end of it in a little blob of hot solder. It tends to be hot solder, and it will melt. It'll melt the shellac off the end. The LEDs themselves, as most of you have heard or have seen, are quite tiny. They come in these little packets. This is the way I get them from Jim. Let me see if I can zoom it in a little bit. Each of these depressions has an LED in it, and there's a piece of tape over the top.
Your finger is beautiful.
I hope my head's not in the way, but they're rather tiny. And what I do is I get them in the tweezers, like so.
See the knot that you, right there where your thumb is? See that knot in the
Yeah.
Okay, if you'll stay right over that, we can see it.
Stay over the knot. Okay.
Where's the LED?
Okay. That's my holder. And that holds the little LED, which is there at the end. I use the liquid flux in part as a heat sink, and you can't see it from where you are, but there is a pattern in the circuit board on top of that LED that tells its polarity, and so I put the green to the negative and the red to the positive. Let me see, is that one a good one? That looks good. I'll bring around my little iron here. And what I usually try to do is I try to get clean it off on a wet sponge. Wet sponge. Always have a wet sponge. The end of the LED has gold on it. So I just lay it on the LED and hit it with a soldering iron. And that's it. When I said hit it,
I see what you say here.
and I'll turn it around and do the other side. I'm not as afraid of flipping it out now. See, I've got a wire on it. Uh-oh, over the knot hole, over the knot hole, sorry. Got it? Now, I will take these when I'm through. I'll wire up a bunch of them. And then I will stick them in a, I think it's a garlic holder. You know what I mean? It's a little cage with a chain on it. And then I stick that in the hydrostatic cleaner to make sure I get rid of all the acids and stuff.
Just soap and water?
Yeah, soap and water. Now if I did it right, it'll light up one way or the other.
So,
This is just a button battery. Yeah. So
Oh, I see the light.
you see the light.